I think you'll be fine. I don't think there's much TOS that you get through. Like, unless you're saying, the banned words. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing well today. My goodness. Oh, boy. Is it Saturday already? Time is going by so fast. Thank you so very much, Whimsy, for that 13 months. My goodness. Holy moly. Really, it's been so long already. Can you believe it? We started this. We're on session 12. My God. Session 12. That's like over 3 months, right? Because we missed one day. Well, we missed one session. That's it. So over 3 months. Can you believe that? If I know math, and I barely do, we did it. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me today, and everybody here at Convergence, where we're gonna start. I mean, soon. A little bit of preface, just to get over some of the announcements. We did finish the sponsorship. We made it through, and the giveaway will be next week on Friday, or this coming Friday. Thank you guys so very much for participating in that. I really do appreciate it. We're going to be having some community days, so if you guys would like to play some D&D, those schedules are posted up in the Discord. However, I am going to be adding some, possibly in the future, some board game days. And we're going to be doing some tabletop simulator game days. I don't know if people are interested. It seemed like there was some interest in it. So we're probably going to do some board games. yeah, I mean that's really it. There's really not much else going on aside from D&D. It's a lot of D&D and this, right? But last session was heavy, and we're still trying to recover. So if you didn't know what's going on from last session, I would highly recommend going over to my YouTube channel, !YouTube. I do believe it'll give you the link to my card, or you can click that. Yeah, and you can catch up with everything over on YouTube. But with that, let's go ahead and unmute the players. Let's see what they're doing. Hello? Wait. Hello?
Oh shit! He's here. Stop talking.
Wait, you guys
Stop talking
talking
about
shit?
Always.
You remember
Yes.
you remember what happened last week?
Talking about you, not to you, bro.
You remember what happened last week? Let's not make that a repeat this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Leafy. Let's not make that a repeat.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you
did
know
you
what?
like-
Can't
your
kill
browser
all of
now.
us.
Talk shit, get hit. I'm just kidding. No.
Oh my god.
How are you
Eat
guys
those
doing?
cookies and shit.
How are you guys
Good,
doing?
good.
Is it
Awesome.
good? Is it good?
I'm good.
Excellent. I know it is TPK. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. To be fair, it almost was.
Yes.
It almost was. And that is terrifying. But
They got out. That's
yeah,
what matters.
yeah. Well, most got out.
Well, they got
Kind
out.
of.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Most important people
a
got
little
out.
bit. Most important people. Okay, well, this
I
is
didn't
how
say it.
infighting starts. This is why Bam plays characters that attack everyone else. I think there's some trauma there that needs to be sorted out.
Probably, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, particularly blunt force trauma. Yeah,
Particularly
for the rest of us.
Well, I don't know. Crown ain't blunt with anything.
Oh no. Anyways, if there's nothing else, are you guys ready to get into it?
Get down and
Oh yeah. I'll mute myself. Listen.
All right.
let's dance.
So, whoa. Oh yeah, I forgot. Medea's no longer, well, he's currently down, but the path through the station was difficult. The mutated rats had been a formidable on their own, but a nest of them? Nuke led them through the halls as he followed the path of least resistance. The walls were covered in a hive-like structure. Fortunately, it seemed to be abandoned as several mummified larvae was found. They had found an empty dorm to take a rest. They heard skittering sounds and stayed hushed as they recovered. Twists and turns and paths avoided, they eventually made their way to their destination, cautiously as they approached the door. They waited. The musk in the air hung heavy as those that required found it difficult to breathe. This was it, the creature that stood in their way. It oozed and shifted, struggling to hold its form. Thousands of rat-like faces blistered under the skin as they tried to pull free. They engaged the creature, but this was proven more dangerous than they had expected. The creatures would protect the nest by any means necessary. They were unfortunately overwhelmed and surrounded. Medea had fallen, and Vic soon after. The situation from the start was never in their favor. In desperation, Kalen grabbed Medea as him and Nuke fled. Vic, at the base of the mutated mother rat, remained motionless. His core flickered once more, and then never again. Wounded and broken, they escaped. They heard a sound from above as it crashed through the vent and down onto the ground in front of Nuke. And in that moment, Nuke, you look down at this very lanky, crumpled individual rubbing their head. You can see the smooth, fair skin on the right side of their face, a green iris with a dilated pupil kind of stretching out, almost sharp on the edges. On the other side, there is a green blister along the face and down beyond past the garb. They are wearing the dark gray leather skin, almost leather-like skin, taut and twisted on the left side of his face. Their pupil looks as though it was dilated, and you can see as it looks up and you gaze into it, you can see it almost like sharply jolting, kind of like pulsing and moving as though it's alive. Looks up at Nuke and turns around and sees Kaelin carrying Medea. Oh, I thought you were dead! I thought you were dead!
Who are you?
Oh, me? I'm just, my name is Targan. Targan Elias.
What are you following us for?
I mean, you're the first ones I've seen in some time. It's been a long time since I've had people here.
I don't like this.
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't like this?
I don't like people.
We don't have time. We
creeping
need to
up on
get
me.
Medea back.
What do we do with this one? What weapons has
Move
he got?
past him, I suppose.
He doesn't look like he's carrying anything. He does have a staff that he has, as he's kind of holding himself up, but he's hunched over. If you can, if you will, I have a place that you can rest. There's no problem for me. I've always wanted company.
How long is it back?
Why
to
should we
Medbay?
trust you?
Sorry, go ahead.
That is up to you. As I said, you're
Yeah,
the
that's a-
first ones I've seen. I don't have much time for company. The place is a bit of a mess, but I'm harmless, I think.
Kaelin,
Yeah, how far is it back to the medbay?
Back
I think
to
it's
the
like a couple of
medbay,
hours.
hours.
Yeah. We can't get back to the medbay. I mean, that took us ages to get here. Now we've got to carry her. I mean, we need to find somewhere quick.
Your chances look grim, but I'm saying I have a place that I can offer you.
Was that you earlier? With that?
Trying to save your life? Yes, it was me, of course. You're my guests.
I'd look at Kaelin, press my lips together and shrug. I mean, we gotta find somewhere quick.
Oh, come now, what's the worst that can happen?
I swear to God, if you double cross us, I will fucking gut you.
He holds his hands up. Scout's honor, I won't do anything. I did, after all, just try to save your life, so...
I think you're right, Nuke. I don't think we have a choice.
Let's do this.
All right,
I
come
have-
this way,
yeah.
come this way. Oh, I have guests. I cannot believe this. How exciting. I'm gonna go, let me run ahead. And he kind of like shuffles ahead. Follow me. Oh, the place is such a mess. This place is such a mess.
I do not trust this guy, so I mean, I am highly suspicious right now. This guy is weird. He's giving me serious Nuke vibes, so... That's, there's only enough room for one. Yeah, I guess we tentatively
All right.
follow.
All right. And you make your way through the halls. Eventually, you make it through a familiar corridor. As you round the corner to the right, the same faint glowing room that you saw once before is the same place that he is leading you now. How close are you following behind?
Well, I guess it's how far is he scampering ahead. We're carrying Medea, right? We're both helping, so...
I mean, he every periodically, like, he'll turn over. He puts his hand on the ground. His form, he doesn't seem as though he can stand up fully. He's hunched, and his body is contorted, under his garb, you can't really tell what is going on, but there might be some like malformation in his body, preventing him from standing up full height. But he's a lanky individual. You're looking at. Go ahead, both give a perception check.
I mean, I assume we would be not within melee range. We'd probably 15 feet, maybe 20 feet.
Okay.
Kill.
Yeah, something like that. Damn it, dice.
I got you, bro. I got you.
His body is lanky, though him twisting on himself and the way that he carries himself, he almost hovels through, kind of clawing himself, almost quadruped style. But you get a sense that if he were to stand up, he'd probably be over 7 feet tall. His body is just misshapen. There are some forms of his, at least half of his face, are very humanoid-esque, but there are just things under his robes, his cloaks, that don't really give a full representation of what he looks like. Though you are walking away, he does stop and turn back. You can see the pupil in that one eye on the left side of his face. Almost like the depths of an ocean, kind of like a pit, a trench in the ocean. But it shifts and moves as though it's trying to pull you in some way. Eventually, he rounds the corner into the room. You can hear shuffling and moving around. You hear like various metal and beakers. You hear a beaker crash on the ground. He's like, "Oh dear, I've made a mess. Come." And he sweeps off one of the beds, or it looks like a bed, though. It is just a sheet on a steel table. Go ahead, place her there. You'll be fine. You're safe here. You're safe.
Sense
here.
motive.
Go ahead and roll an insight. With a 19, I mean, he's not hiding anything. There's no other motive, really. Seems as though he's genuinely giving you a place, but doesn't seem like he's hiding anything. At least not now.
All right. I'll put Medea down then, and but I'm not sleeping yet, despite health and spells and recharges and shit. I'm, keeping watch for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep with both eyes open.
General Grievous looking motherfucker.
And you see, at the back of the room, you see several, like, dozens of these glass jars. And you can see as there are rats in all of them. In various stages, you see some of them on the far end skittering. And as you get down the line, you start to see as they become catatonic. And eventually at the far end, there is a jar that is just this viscous material. You look at the far wall, there's a console next to the table that you placed Medea on with the cloth over it. The cloth is a little dingy, a little bit of stains, nothing too crazy. But the console there, you see dozens of monitors with hallways. On one, you do see a picture frozen. Your group, kind of on pause, as it zooms in, or it's zoomed in onto Kalen and Vic standing next to him. He does hop up on a stool on the other side, kind of points to you all. Make yourselves at home, make yourselves at home. Can I get you anything? Some food, some drink?
What is this place?
Oh, this was just one of the offices that I was quarantined to. It was the only place that I had access to for some time.
after everything shut down.
Who are you? What's your name?
I'm Targan Elias. And as for me, who am I? I'm nobody anymore, at least. Just someone trying to survive.
What's up with those jars?
Oh, my little experiment over here, you want to see? It's very interesting. Might have actually proven a little bit more valuable for you in your time of need. My condolences. He turns to it. You see, in my day, I was a bit of a researcher myself. And, well, I like to collect things, so what I did was, in my time, as these creatures would evolve and, well, mutate into what they are, I would collect them at different stages just to see what was going on. And, well, it turns out that if they're separated from their mother, I like to call it the mothership. I know it is very strange, but it was so fitting considering how they fall from this form. But once separated for enough time, they become catatonic and they return to this strange ectoplasm. How fascinating, right? It's very interesting.
I just looked at Kaelin, wide-eyed. What caused the mutation?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Well, you see, after the whole shutdown in the containment sector, well, things got a bit strange, you see. Most areas, especially in the far reaches of this area, the further sectors in, well, there was a material that was used to sterilize, and, well, things happened, and, well, they seem to have mutated. They found a way around it. And as time went on, they adapted to the sterilization. Eventually, the area shut down, atmosphere got thin, and, well, this was a product of 50 plus years of evolution. Strange how quickly it happened, but it is what it is. I've been trying to contain it. They are very invasive.
This is all a bit weird.
At this point, Kaelin, what are you paying attention to? Are you watching him?
Sort of half watching him and keeping an eye on Medea as well.
You notice that he keeps looking over at you. Like, as he's having a conversation, he seems to look over. Not in your eyes, but just looking over you.
What is it you're looking for?
What? What do you mean?
Keep looking over at me. Why?
I don't know. You look familiar. I can't put my finger on it. Have we met before?
Quite certain we haven't.
Are you sure? I never forget a face.
I have only recently come onto this station and can't say I've ever seen anyone that looks like you.
Well, that's unfortunate because I've seen someone exactly like you.
Who?
Is he talking about that clone of you?
A clone?
You're sure you've seen this guy? You're certain?
In passing, yes. I'm certain. It was years ago, but...
How long ago?
Well, since this area, the containment sector, was shut off, it was, I think it was about 50 years ago. Give or take.
Couldn't have been me. I'm 50 years old.
But your horns, your wings, are unmistakable. Your eyes.
What was this person's name?
Go ahead and give me a high or low. And roll.
Low.
Okay. Hey.
Thank you, Dice. Reliable to me.
I believe he worked in Section 2 of the containment sector. It was... What was his name? Datus Moores.
I look at Nuke. Heard that name before. Who was he?
Oh, well, he was one of the researchers that would take creatures that would pose a threat. And his main objective was to find a way to neutralize, right? There are a lot of species out there that have a bit of problems when it comes to cohabitating a certain planet. So we would find a way to either neutralize the problem or, well, offer options to cohabitate. He was one of the main researchers in those subjects, so, you know, we didn't really deal with one another. I was more dealt in the containment side of things, though I did my research on my own for fun.
You know where he came from?
Not really. I've only met him a few times. It was in passing.
Very strange.
And you're not him? You're not related?
No, not at all.
Very, very strange. And what
I
if
don't
you-
know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Out of character question. I don't know who he's talking about, right? As in Nuke doesn't know.
I think Nuke was there when you guys were having the conversations. At least one or two of them you might have.
And was this the fellow that was on the they were looking back through the logs? Right.
When they saw, and he basically stabbed through the chest of Kalen before kicking him into the stasis pod, yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. do we reveal that to this guy? So sus.
I ain't telling this guy shit.
Yeah, that's my inclination. It's just the temptation to know more. That's the only thing. Yeah.
How long have you been hiding out in this area? I mean, well, first of all, we do appreciate the help.
Of course.
Forgive me for being cautious. Things are a bit weird around here lately.
And
Those
my
cameras.
appearance doesn't really change anything, so I understand your threat.
Well,
See me
I
as a
wasn't,
threat.
I wasn't going to say anything, but now that you mention it, those cameras. Was that you? Was that you that's been following us?
Well, I've been watching, yes. I was curious when I noticed that the sector in between Section 2 and Section 3 come back online. It struck me as curious, considering that each subsequent area is cordoned off, so once you shut down one side, there's no way for me to re-access it from this side, you know? Like, it was precautionary. So I found it strange when the atmospheric pressure came back in that one section to allow people to traverse through here, so I was trying to see what was going on. I seen you walk through the first time after it came on, and you were by yourself.
Yeah, it was me that did it. We're trying to get through. A lot of good that was.
Why is that? What are you looking for?
It's not important right now. What's important right now is our friend here.
Well, to be fair, you're not going anywhere. I mean, you're free to go if you like, but chances of you making it back to where you came from, sure to be a death sentence. It's not like you're pressed for time, are you? Come on, indulge me. It's been so long since I've had conversations.
Well, what is it that you've been doing here? I mean, I know you've been collecting all these fucking things, but
Just keeping myself busy. It's boring here by myself. Well,
how have you
except
been
for...
surviving here?
I mean...
Food, water.
Well, we have replicators. There are filtration. You can get water, but it's a little complicated.
What have you been doing for food?
And he kind of like looks back
No.
at the jars.
No. No.
I think it's
Right.
best you probably leave it at that, Nick.
Feel a little queasy right now.
You're telling me
Yes.
I had to live like this for decades?
Forgive me for bringing this up, but I mean, technically you brought it up. What happened to you? I mean, you even said it yourself, you know. What the fuck?
Well,
Born like this, or?
no, I guess you can say that I was normal for some time.
Right.
But getting through sterilization and, well, running out of rations, and then having to ingest materials that are mutated in some way, possibly radioactive, tends to have a bit of a strange reaction to your body. I've been able to maintain through drug synthesis, but, well, there's only so far you can go.
Why did you stay?
Where was I to go?
I mean, anywhere else on the station. What, you can't get to more populated areas?
This area is completely cordoned off from the rest of the station. There is inherent risk when working with the containment sector. Do you know any of the stories as to why this place was shut down? What our purpose was here?
Do I? I don't think so.
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
No, I do not.
Wasn't in your information that was shared to you.
To put it simply, once they shut down the containment sector,
There was a bit of issue.
they closed us all off and left us to die. But that's what we signed up for. We made sure that the rest of the universe, or at least this sector, was safe from potential threats to our existence. So once the orders were given on a full shutdown and containment, our fate was sealed until the outside world decided that
They would come in and investigate.
But that never happened. There was nowhere for me to go. Eventually, everything ran out. There was a lot of stores, but rations eventually go. Resources depleted. But it was just me in this area. Most people tried to get out. They moved further in the sectors as those were selected off. But eventually their area shut down as well. I had few others with me. And then eventually it was just me. So, I guess I'm doing fine.
Sure survived anyway. This is all a bit a lot to take in. I need to sit down here for a minute.
Not for me as well.
Take your time.
Was it that you were containing?
Many creatures. There are certain species on planets around here that have a way to relieve themselves of their terrestrial forms, and they can wander space unabated. Our goal was to try to contain, in most cases, eradicate, though we kept specimens to further study, just in case we came upon these creatures later on. We also used the containment for those that were a little too problematic. So if there was violent criminals amongst us, well, they would be put into stasis as well.
Is there still anyone in stasis?
Oh, very much so. The auxiliary energy is mainly to support the stasis chambers. Though, even in the event of a crash, the fluid that the stasis pods stay in, if they are at any point cracked open, any organics dissolve entirely, so... Why, you've seen the stasis pods.
Was in one.
You were in one?
It seems someone put me there. Don't know why.
Strange, strange. Who would put you in one of the pods? Are you dangerous? He puts his hands up. Don't kill me.
Going to hurt you. I already tried. You've helped us, my friend. No worry from me.
But that
So
doesn't
what's your
answer
plan?
my plan. I don't know. I don't have any plan. What is your plan? Why are you here? I mean, you're looking for something. You still haven't told me what it is. Maybe I can
Surely
be
you're
of assistance.
Surely your plans have changed now that you've seen that we made our way in here. What, you're just gonna remain here forever?
I mean, if you have a means of going back, then if you'll have me, I'll come with you.
Regret.
Are you inviting me?
Are you sure how to say this politely?
Well, then say it impolitely. It's fine. You won't hurt my feelings. I'm just happy that you're talking to me.
Well, are you?
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear that. I must have had something in my ear, and he kind of reaches into his ear and he pulls like a ball of wax out. Oh, yep, there it is. So
Are
what did
you
say?
infected?
No. From the tests that I've run on myself, this is not something that I can pass on to anyone, and I'm positive that I could possibly reverse this given enough time.
Insight.
Go ahead. Seems honest.
Okay, I believe him.
How much time?
Time to fix myself? Or time to leave? I don't...
Yeah, you said you could reverse it.
I mean, not sure. I think I would still need a little bit more specimens on the mutated rats, possibly some type of way to categorize the genome, especially for the mother. There is direct correlation between their existence and my infliction, so... You know. I mean, if I had access to my lab, we might be able to move further in. We might be able to expedite that, and possibly, from everything that I've learned here, I think I might be able to help. With some form of serum.
I don't know about this. What do you think? I look at Kalen.
To me, he does seem like he's telling the truth.
Kalen,
Yeah?
roll me a medicine check. Your neck is itchy. And you go to scratch. And you feel something wet on your hands.
very faint, viscous green liquid runs as a blister pops on your neck.
What is this?
Uh-oh. Might have been when
You
you were
mean-
in contact with the creatures. Possibly. Definitely not me.
Infected?
It wasn't me.
He's infected?
I believe so, yes.
Fuck me. This is fucking great. That's the last thing we need right now. I mean, this is just... Come on. Can you, like, stop this in its tracks? Before it takes hold?
I mean, if we
Don't
get
tell me
ahead
we
of
need
it,
to get to the
possibly.
lab. Don't tell me we need to get to the lab. Just to fix this.
It would help.
What can you do now?
For me, I mean, nothing. We have to get it. I haven't been able to access my lab this whole time. It's been shut off. Everyone before, without any retinal recognition, as you can tell, my face is a little messed up.
He's a little fucked up. Sorry.
I just don't have access to it. And I don't have any override codes, so, well, I'm a little shut out. And I have been for some time. So, I mean, if I can get into my lab, like I said, I have the research. I've been looking at this for some time.
Yeah.
Where is the lab? I think we might be able to help.
Yes, Nick.
Well, no, sorry. He's getting there with the question. Where's the lab? Where's the lab?
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's down the way. It's not far from here.
Back the way we...
No,
Back
no,
way-
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. I would not put it. It's not anywhere near them. There's a specific. I've been able to synthesize, this pheromone that is a pretty much preventative, so they don't come this way. Everything has a natural predator, and well, you know, we have chemicals here, so might as well. But this area is completely safe.
If we're gonna do this, I'd prefer to do this while Medea can actually stand on her own 2 feet.
Agreed.
Are we okay here for a while?
I've been here by myself for almost it's been over a half a century. I think you'll be fine. I promise you.
That you'll be fine.
I turn to Kaelin and I mean, it seems like we've got no choice now. If you're infected, we should probably let Medea rest up. And then
Indeed.
get to this lab. This has been a crazy few hours. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Right. Do you want to get some
Indeed it
rest?
has.
I can stay up, talk to our friend.
Sure. You let me know when you need a rest and I'll make shift.
Got you. No offense, Togan? Togan? Is that what you said?
Doggin.
Togan. No offense, but you know,
None
we ain't quite
taken,
at
none.
that trust. We haven't crossed that trust barrier just yet.
I understand.
I haven't wined and dined you yet. I understand.
Alright. So I guess our plan then is to rest up. I'll take first watch. I don't even know if this is going to work with 2 people.
Okay. He spends a bit of time. You watch as he goes through the drawers. And this is the first time in a while that it's quiet. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Yeah, aside from the beeping and the sounds of the consoles and now Targan's shuffling through drawers, you do hear some skittering and scratches behind the wall. And eventually you hear like a sound into the room from a panel on the far end of the wall as you watch as a small, furry creature walk in.
How small?
It's about the size of 2 footballs. Like your football. I not American football, the ones you guys like.
Does Targan see this? Or Togan? Or Targan? Whatever his fucking name is. Targan.
Yeah, he turns,
Does
he looks, and he turns, and he's like, "Oh, Acro, you're back, you're back!" And he kind of reaches down, and he starts to pet it. What you're looking at, it looks like it's very furry, fuzzy, like a white fur on it. Its antenna almost look like leaves without the main like part of it, only the veins that take liquid to the ends and pulls in chlorophyll, kind of like the production of it. Think of it like a wingless moth, if you will. You can see almost these opalescent eyes that have like 1,000 mirrors reflecting in the lenses. Has 4 mandibles that are like reaching around, and as it opens you see like multi tendrils that reach out from its mouth as it kind of like as it walks up to Targan. Picks
Friend
it
of
up,
yours?
and he pets it.
Oh yeah, this is Acro.
I thought you said you were on your own.
Well, this gives me a bit of a companionship, sure, but conversation is a little lacking. I can talk to him, and he pulls him up. How are you doing, Acro?
And you see the mandibles like move around as the tendrils like leck up to his face. He's like,
Oh,
and he holds it out to you.
it's very harmless. But, can't really have a conversation.
It's a bit weird, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
Considering there's a lot of creatures in this area, this one was the most realistic to domesticate. I wasn't gonna try to domesticate those rats.
I don't think that would have went well.
Considering what they turn into if they don't return to their mother.
and he points over at the jars.
Yeah, it sure can be lonely on this spaceship. See, isolation is, well, can kill a man. Loneliness, eh?
Tried to get me many times. So even in the populated areas, you still find yourself alone.
Wait, is that a question? Or are you making a statement?
It could be rhetorical. You can say something, respond. It doesn't matter. I'm just here making conversation.
Well, I haven't been confined to derelict areas like this, but I've spent a lot of time on my own as well.
Oh, come now. I can see it in your eyes. You never really fit in, did you?
To be honest, the peace and quiet is quite nice.
Tis.
People are confusing, complicated.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just best to be alone.
If you're alone as long as I have been, no matter how long you pull away from everyone, no matter how much you think that you enjoy these moments, the quiet, the hush, and all of the commotion, you can't help but to long for what was, what could be, even just the small interactions, the hellos, the goodbyes.
Do you have family here? I mean, it's been, well, half a century since you've been. How old are you?
Oh, I've been around probably a couple 100 years.
Shit. It's quite a while. And family?
Once
you
upon
have
a
family?
time. Once upon a time.
And he looks down, kind of pets, as this creature in his hands kind of coos, makes sounds as the mandibles like click against one another.
So what will you do if we can get you out of here? I mean, do you even want to go back to population?
I've questioned that for some time, and well, I'm not sure if they would accept me in any way. I would have to find a way through all of this plight.
People can be quite fickle. But you said you can potentially reverse this, so
It's
I
theoretical.
guess. Well, I guess that's the plan then, right? Continue that path until, I mean, either you succeed or you fail.
Well, it seems like our paths align. I want the creature dead, and you need a path forward, so unlikely allies.
Have they been growing at a like fast rate? I know you said it's been 50 years, but I mean, I've read some books. Evolution normally takes a hell of a lot longer than that.
Rapid expansion. So much so that their invasiveness has wiped out. Believe it or not, this place, even though it was shut down and closed off, walls of metal, hardly any organics. There is an ecosystem.
When I first got here, before I added the pressure back into this area, I mean, they seem to be able to survive in that. They seem quite adaptable. I guess I wonder. I mean, this could be a massive threat to, I mean, the entire station.
Very much so. Which is why I've been trying to find a way to neutralize them, return them to the ectoplasm that they came from. We don't need a whole bunch of any kind of like holds his hands up. Infected people.
This whole situation's fucked up.
I know, right?
Well, I guess. I mean, I can't speak for Caleb, but well, I mean, I think we've already decided we don't really have much of a choice. So once we rest up, we get to the lab. I guess we wait to get there, and then we'll see. We'll recalibrate. We'll see what to do from there. How long will it take
To enter the lab,
get
I
to-
mean,
to get there? Yeah.
it's only about 10 minutes walk from here. There's no problem. But it's getting in.
I
The
might be
means
able
of
to work with
accessing it, like you can access areas that people haven't been to for a while.
Question: How long do does Medea need to sort her shit out.
Oh, it'll be.
I'm having a
it'll-
good snooze.
Yeah, it's gonna be the snooze time. She has been down for a while now.
Well, I guess the more important thing is in terms of switching around with Kaelin, what way how long will I have to be on watch and then him? So I guess the plan is to, well, obviously chit chat, but
Alternate.
both of us are not
Yeah.
going to sleep at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think between all of that, you can get like a full rest between both of you within 12 hours.
Seems reasonable.
I guess I would just continue to poke around and chit chat with this guy. I think Nuke is starting to warm to him. I mean, kind of, there doesn't seem to be much other choice. But at the end of the day, he did attempt to save us. And he's currently helping us, so I guess I would let my guard down a little bit. I mean, not completely, but yeah, I would be talking more freely with him.
As
I
you
do
talk-
not.
Go ahead.
I do not let Mr. Benjamin out. near that fucking that thing.
Yeah, for sure. Eventually, you do see him. He pulls a lever on the wall, and there is like a bowl at the bottom as this green material slops down into the pan. And you see Acro, the creature that he's been holding, jump down. You can hear like squishy noises as it starts to eat. Dinner time.
Oh shit! How rude of me. Here, take this. And I rustle through my backpack and grab a ration to give to him.
His eyes light up. The one eye, the pupil, almost outstretches the entire white. And then it comes back and it starts to broil again. Oh, is this actual food?
Sorry, I guess when you take things for granted, you don't really think about it. Here, please. Take it.
And he opens it up. And his eyes once again go wide. Oh, it's been so long. And he takes it and he's eating it slow. You see him just and savors it. I appreciate it. It's been a very long time.
I understand. Hopefully, it doesn't take much longer. Maybe you can get back to this more frequently.
Okay.
You need to come and go from here as you please. Here, take this for later. I hand him another ration.
Ooh, okay. He gives you a big smile, kind of lingers as he reaches out. He kind of grabs your hand. His fingers are a lot longer. The ends of them turning black. They're frail. They seem stiff as they clasp around yours, holding the ration. Just for a moment. You can feel his fingers as he tries to close them, shaky. You're a saint.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Oh no, there's no need to be modest.
I'm happy to help.
He opens one of the drawers next to the seat that he's sitting in. He pulls out a syringe. Again, you don't have any reason to trust me. But I would recommend seeing if Kaelin would want to administer this. This will slow down his disease. But it won't cure it.
Why are you taking this out now.
If I would have
Not
taken it
really.
out before, I mean, you're still barely trusting me. If I were to try to administer something to prevent Kalen from further progressing in his disease, at first you would have been extremely wary of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. That's true. I probably would have shot you.
So, I didn't want to be like, oh no, he's trying to stab me with things, he's putting poison in me. Well, you know.
Right.
Again.
Well, I guess.
Go ahead.
I guess we should probably wait till he wakes up. I mean, I'm fond of these guys. I don't know them that long, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to tolerate me jabbing him with a syringe while he's sleeping.
I mean, if you're careful, you wouldn't even wake him up. But that's your choice. If you're
Nuke
fine,
kinda
you can
pauses.
go to sleep. You don't have to wake him up. I understand if you want to, but...
Nuke kind of pauses to consider. And then just shakes his head. No, it's alright. I'll let him get a bit more sleep and then we'll switch around.
Okay.
When he wakes up,
All right.
we'll let him know what you got here for him. He can make the decision himself.
Okay. And with that, you share a bit more idle conversation. Kaylin, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oof, could have been good. Your dreams come quick and incoherent. You're not sure where you are, but you find yourself back in the swamp for a moment. You open the door, and the hag stands before you. But no words come, no sounds. As you step through the threshold of the hut, you find yourself on that stone engraved area atop a mountain once more. The points in the sky stand out like beacons as energy flows from one to another. You have no control over it. And again, you find yourself flinging up into the sky, chains wrapped around your arms, your wings bound. Your crown of horns sit heavy atop your head. You look down as the floor falls away. You see a stone glowing vibrant blue as it in reverse pulls away, kind of like the Thanos snap as it disintegrates, drifting upwards. You wake up in a cold sweat. You're not feeling well at all. And if you would have had something in your stomach, you're almost certain that you would have evacuated it. The nausea is setting in.
I'll feel my neck to see if that's worse.
It's hot. And at this point, they don't even take much to rupture, but you can feel as even from the lightest touch, they burst, sending this sharp pain through your nervous system as they do. You will be able to get the benefits of a long rest except for your exhaustion and your disease, linger. But you wake up seen as Nuke and Targon. And now a small creature, a furry creature, sits in his lap. Medea still atop the table, the cloth, shallow breathing but stable.
What happened?
What do you mean? We've just been sitting here. You were talking in your sleep.
You okay?
I feel very sick. Whatever this was that is on my neck, it's very painful.
We were talking while you was sleeping, and our friend here may have something that might help. Does he have the syringe, or do I?
He passed it over to you.
He's got this. He says that it may. I look back at him. Slow it down. Slow down the progression of it. Ah,
Not
you
cure.
might feel
but
better.
Possibly feel better.
I did consider jabbing you while you were sleeping, but then I thought I probably shouldn't do that. So,
I think that was the
Needs to
right
be
choice.
right. I lay it down on the surface, on the table or whatever. Choice is completely yours.
Any side effects?
None worse than what you're probably feeling right now.
Any permanent side effects?
Probably not from that.
All right. Caitlin will pause as he sort of braces himself for injecting himself, and then he does so into his arm.
And you can feel it. When it enters the veins, it hurts. It's that hot feeling, something that's foreign to your blood. But eventually it subsides. And like any drug taken intravenously, you immediately have that sense of relief. It drifts slightly. That pain, that excruciating nerve shock that you feel pulsing through your body becomes a dull drone. The skin around the blisters tighten and almost turn a leathery feeling, but it doesn't hurt the way it used to.
Thank you. That does feel better.
I don't have much of it, but I'm sure we can synthesize more if we have access to my lab.
I think we should definitely get there as soon as we can. Medea hasn't woken, has she?
Not yet.
Not yet. Are you going to be all right? Should I Should I stay up with you?
No, Nuke, you need a rest. You need a rest as well. Be all right.
I walk over to kind of towards where Kaelin was sleeping. I kind of look over at Medea, and then look back at Kaelin. I'm really not looking forward to the Vic conversation when she wakes up.
Nor am I. But very much looking forward to knowing she's all right, at the very least.
Nuke considers giving her a wet willy before he opts not to and lays down to go to sleep.
All right. He kind of turns to Kaelin. Strange that you found yourself here. Someone that looks exactly like someone that started all this problem in the first place.
Indeed, I do wonder how it came to be on the station, me specifically. But I can't say there's any secret from me, and I'm as confused as you likely are.
And he points at your shirt in the front. It's centered on your chest. What happened there?
I'm assuming he's referring to the hole in the clothing.
Yeah. And there's still, like, through the chest, there is, like, a scar. You can see the scar tissue kind of closing it in. Almost keloid on the side.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you've proven trustworthy so far. But when I was put into stasis, I didn't realize at the time I was unconscious, but when I saw the security footage, well, it was the one that looked just like me. Stabbed some sort of needle in my chest and put me in stasis. Not sure what exactly he did.
And it was unprovoked. He just attacked you and put you away.
I said I was unconscious at the time.
Oh. It is strange, very strange. What are your goals? I mean, I spent some time talking to Nuke, but you're trying to find your way through this station, or at least the containment sector. What are you looking for?
Well, to be honest, we found ourselves here by mistake, really, on the station at all, so largely we're trying to find our way home. If possible.
You're not of this station.
No. No. Nuke is, I believe, but myself and Medea are not.
inquisitively. He just looks. And where are you from?
Oof. Do I tell him? You know what? Every insight check so far has been, he seems trustworthy. Maybe, can I do one last one? These are the decent, this is like okay.
Hit me with it. I do believe that since you have exhaustion, I think checks are with disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Even better.
Yeah, that'll, yeah.
You seem pretty trustworthy.
Well, have you heard of, I believe, the people on the station called them the Sisters?
Zeus and Valoria.
Yes, Zeus is where we came from.
Well, interesting. Never really met anyone from the Sisters. Wow, it's like I'm meeting royalty or something. Oh, I got chills.
We're certainly not royalty there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
There's a bit of celebrity around the Sisters here.
It's a no-fly zone, so everyone knows that if you're spacebound, that whole sector is completely sectioned off. You're not allowed to fly. You're not allowed to go there.
Not allowed by whose authority?
For as long as I can remember, the station always had a no-fly zone around the Sisters. That has been a rule
Station
as old as time.
The station itself.
Well, the ruling bodies.
Who was the ruling body?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know. There were those in the old times of the station that would say, we would call them the oracles. They were the ones that made the rules that we had to abide by. Most people didn't question it because we had such a good life here. We were able to travel the rest of the universe. Around the station, nothing was cordoned off to us. But they ruled it
What happened?
as a place that we couldn't go.
What happened to them?
Some people say that they vanished. Some people say that they're still around but hidden among us. No one really has any real information on them. Other than they made the rules and we abide by it.
It's rather dogmatic.
Well, I mean, they've been said that they were there from the beginning. From the conception of Tenebris Station. And they're wise, so... we listen. I guess it's easier than thinking for yourself.
I suppose.
But it's strange. You're from Zeals, yet how did you get here?
On a ship of some sort.
So then there were ships that made it to Zeals, is what you're saying.
Well, I believe our Our ship had been on Zeals for quite some time, and well, when we were brought here, it was instant. There was no flying.
Teleportation, yes.
But yes, came here on a ship.
That's very, very interesting. Well, if your goal is to return, I'll see what I can do. Hopefully we can cure you of your inflection. And hopefully work towards mine.
Agreed. I would say that, given all that you've done for us so far, and what you say you will help us with, I absolutely dreadful if we didn't help you in return.
You've done a lot for me already. But if there's any other questions that you may have, now's the time to ask.
Not for now. I think with Kalen being exhausted and diseased and a bit out of sorts, that's probably all he's sort of got in him to ask.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you sit back. There's no watch. It's quiet. You do see eventually, he puts down this furry creature that he had in his arms, and it walks away and it skitters into the wall. Make sure to come back, Acro. Make sure to come back. Medea.
Hello.
Your mind has been active, though it's been dark. And almost like nerves sending electrical impulses, you see flicks of light. Eventually, you hear brain function seem normal.
Brain functioning. Yup.
No organ failure detected.
Well, that's good news. Got any other wonderful news for me there, bud?
No response.
Fantastic.
You're not fully aware of where you are yet. Your vision is dark. You can hear it echoing, kind of echoing off of walls that you can't see. The voice bouncing through your mind.
Well, I got you here. What was that winged thing? Do you know what that was?
No response.
Oh, lovely. Where are we? I guess should be my first question. Should have been my first question. Can I try sitting up?
Go ahead. And you do.
Okay.
You'd sit up, but You're not. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Let me see. Perception.
Not bad. You're aware, but you're not conscious. You don't have feeling or sensation. Your mind is active, but you don't presume to be awake. It's more lucid than anything.
That is a sensation. Yes, sitting up seemed to work. I'm gonna stand up and, I guess, stretch, quote unquote.
You stand up, but you look at where your feet hit the ground, and you see a form standing about, or sitting, a few feet from you, though it's blurry.
I'm gonna squint at it. Is this similar to the thing that I'd seen earlier?
From the other time? No. It's translucent. Dark, though its form is shifting, blurry.
Is that you? I'm gonna slowly approach.
Of course it's me.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I don't think we have definitely not had this before. How are we doing this? It's your doing, I take it?
Partially. Either way, now's not the time to question it. You have someone to find.
Someone to find?
Renault Avil.
Who
Try not to
knows?
die.
And you jolt awake. You do see as Kaelin is drifting in and out of sleep. Nuke, kind of curled up and drooling on himself. I feel like Nuke seems like he would be one to drool on himself. Am
Oh, dude,
I
so
correct?
much drool.
Yeah.
So much
Okay.
drool.
Yeah, just I felt it.
Yeah, just like in real life.
Yeah, it's like bubbling out of his
Did,
mouth.
did anybody see a different picture of Nuke sleeping?
The snot bubbles.
I'd say Medea would shoot bolt upright. Regret it immediately, but she's sitting bolt upright.
Before we go through, Kaelin, go ahead and roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Eh,
Okay. Now go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check. If you don't have proficiency in it, basically add it as proficiency. So you can add your proficiency mod to it.
What is my proficiency modifier?
I believe it would still be +2.
Oh yeah, it is. Yep, I see it.
Ooh.
Damn.
You gather some of your parts, and it may be a bit of a struggle fighting back the disease or whatever that's inside you right now, the dizziness from it, and the possible drugs that flow through you. You get the early stages of a frame together. Obviously
Alright.
far from functioning, but it is the inner workings of the simple frame that you can work off of.
Alrighty. At seeing Medea move, Alan will rush over and give her a hug. Medea!
Kaylin. Is everyone all right? Where are we?
Well, a lot's happened. Kalen has tears in his eyes.
Medea.
I'm sorry.
Let me go.
I'm sorry, Medea.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Left him, Medea.
What?
I
What?
left Vic. He's gone. I had to.
No.
You were dying and I can't lose you.
Kaylin, that's not your fault.
Can you get closer to your mic? It's very quiet.
Kaylin, it's not your fault. I should have done a better job keeping us all up.
It is my fault. I couldn't do anything.
We were in over our heads. It just took too long to realize it. But Vic didn't deserve to be the one to pay that price.
We didn't. I don't want to ever let that happen again.
No. We won't let that happen again.
I'm really glad you're alright.
I wouldn't be without you two.
Well, us three, really.
3. Kind of look around.
Out of character, what was his name again?
Targan.
Torgan?
Targan.
Targan.
Is Targan. He was the one who threw that explosion onto the sort of mother of those mutated rats. He
Was
helped.
that... Was it the voice we heard?
Yes, it was. We weren't sure about him at first, but he's done nothing but help us so far. It would have taken hours to get you back to the med bay. He offered us shelter here.
Well... At least we're still here. We can try again. It's not over yet.
This was a beautiful reunion.
Holy shit!
Oh, full of determination.
Aelin slowly lets go of Medea, wipes away his tears.
Medea's more reluctant, but she does eventually. Renaud. We need to find Renaud.
Who's that?
I don't know. But we need to find him.
Right. First things first, though. Fortunately, I've attracted something from those damned rats. We need to help a friend here get access to his lab, so hopefully cure it. And hopefully him as well.
I doubt it's something that my magics would help you with. But I would need to prepare them. Still a bit out of it.
Of course, rest as long as you need. As long as you need.
Oh boy.
I would offer you something to eat, but I'm in the predicament that I am in because of what I eat, so not very much an option there.
Oh, it's fine. I've got something. I should be okay. Alright. Consuming one ration.
All right.
Oh yeah, Kaylin should probably consume one as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you have liquids?
I
I
do.
have a water skin.
Okay. I will say in that time, your water skin is currently depleted as you drink it, because it's been a day and some change. So
Well, good thing I can create water. Oh shit. I think I still have that spell, actually. Hell yeah! I've got one spell slot! Who needs their water refilled?
excellent.
Definitely Kaylin.
There we go. Let's have some water. Oh god.
So
Hey.
you fill up the. So you're making the full thing of water, like create water, right? Like the full
Oh, yeah.
volume.
We're getting all the water we can, and if there's somewhere to put it, it's going there.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a bucket that, like a big vat that he has right there,
All
and
right.
his eyes grow wide.
I really should have learned magic.
Oh yes. This is the most powerful spell that a cleric can learn.
And he turns to you.
May I?
Of course.
And you do see him get one of the beakers cleaned out. He's drinking.
It's like, oh my goodness. I haven't had something other than recycled liquids for ages now.
What does he mean by recycled liquids?
I wouldn't ask, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay. Fair enough.
Dave. So, with that, go ahead and get your long rest, Medea.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. I can remember how to do that. There we go. Oh. Feeling pretty good.
You spent quite a while out here, longer than you expected. You have at least a new companion for the time being, Targan. There is a goal in hand, and Medea, as you collect yourself, you do see as there is a almost leathery patch of slightly gray skin across Kaylin's neck, these green blisters. You don't know what it is, when it happened, but it lines up to what he said.
I don't think a restoration will help you with that one.
I might have abilities to fix it. It's gonna take me some time, though. If you're up for a little bit of adventure, I mean, if you can get me into my lab, there might be some help there.
As long as we're not dealing with more rats.
No, I assure you, the areas that I traverse, there's no rats.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, you might run into a couple crawlers here and there, but they're pretty safe-ish. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, it's these arthropods that kind of go and stab you with a needle-like it's like a pinhole kind of secretion that goes into your body and then it melts you from the inside so they can suck it out. But they're very few and far between. There's probably not any of them in the way.
Medea stares off into the middle distance and contemplates her life choices.
They're mostly harmless, okay? They don't really go for anything bigger than the rats, but sometimes when they're desperate.
Perhaps Medea should stay here while we go to the lab.
I am not staying here. That is for certain. No offense.
As you look over at the wall of jars with varying stages of these rats melting back into this greenish ectoplasm. At the very far end stage, you see it like bubbling, and there is an exothermic reaction. It is turning almost like blackish, like carbon, as it bubbles up.
No, I'd much rather go for a walk.
Alright,
All right.
we'll wait until Nuke wakes up and then we'll all go to the lab.
Okay.
Okay.
And Nuke, you wake up at any point that you want to.
Well, I guess for the sake of it, I guess he would wake up now, wiping the drool off his face. Looking up, seeing Medea.
I gave him a
You're-
crisp thumbs up.
You're awake. How are you
Yep.
feeling?
Like absolute shit. But I'm up.
Did Kaylin talk to you? You know about Vic?
Yeah.
Dylan hangs his head.
I'm really sorry. I mean, I missed all my shots. Couldn't hit a barn door. I feel terrible.
It's not your fault. And I couldn't heal properly. Look, I think it was collective. But next
He
time.
was so brave. He bought us time.
Well, we best not fail our mission then.
Promise you I won't let that happen again.
All right. I'll try to heal you a little better, eh?
I'm glad to see you back up again.
Wouldn't be without you two.
I see you've met our friend. I guess you're up to date then what we're doing.
Oh, I'm a friend now. Ooh. So exciting. It's been a long time since I've had a friend.
A shiver goes down Medea's spine. Oh boy.
He gives a smile, or he tries to give a smile. Half of the face with the leathery skin on the left side is a little too taut, and it kind of strains, and you can kind of see there's like little crack lines. Almost that it's a little hard to be expressive, but he tries.
Well, yeah, I guess to get you up to speed, Nuke, we need to find somebody as well. Well,
Who?
Renaud. You wouldn't happen to know anyone by that name?
Renaud? As in,
Renaud, yeah.
Who's that?
don't think so.
Fuck if I know.
Somebody on the space station?
I have no idea where they are. I just know their name.
Huh.
No.
Is this another one of those situations where you're looking for something but you don't know what it looks like?
You're goddamn right it is.
Ah. Glad to have you back. I guess.
Well, shall we?
You're all
Heading
very
to the
strange.
lab?
Yeah.
I dust myself off and get ready. Pick up my shit.
All right.
Figuratively speaking.
Okay. All right, then we're off. And he makes his way out. Doesn't take too long. The path is quiet. The only thing you really hear is the station the sounds, the brown noise, kind of like that in a vacuum, and the clanging of boots on the steel floors below. You do hear a few banging as you pass a few doors on the right. You see one looks like an elevator that was broken off, and the basket is hanging just slightly. You can only see inside of it. Within that area, you can see these black stains that line as the light flickers and buzzes. Seems as though something had long died. But takes a bit, and eventually you make your way to the room. You notice the same retinal scanner on the door and keypad on the side.
Here we are.
Well, who's gonna do the honors?
I can do it.
It's
Anything on the other side of this door that we need to know about?
I don't think so. My lab is quite sealed, aside from small vents for circulation purpose, but nothing like the main ones in the halls. I haven't been in here for some time, so I don't know.
Probably
Galen
smart
will
to,
approach the retinal scanner.
Okay. And you scan. It blinks and turns green. And on the screen to the side, identity confirmed. Datus Moores. Targan looks down at it. Interesting. You're sure you're not
Trust
him?
me. Trust me, I don't understand it myself.
But in that moment, opens up. The lights are off, and it does give off. It feels as though this was the first time anything has been disrupted in this room, and dust kicks up out the door. He walks in, happily turns the lights on. You see along the side wall, there's a corkboard, pictures pinned. You see groups of people in lab coats. Go ahead, all of you roll a perception check. Actually,
I
Kaylin and Medea, because I don't think Nuke saw it.
can fail you one of those, no problem.
Yeah, go ahead and fail me a perception check.
Yeah, no problem. I got you, bud. Oh, well, shit, I failed you there.
You know what? I mean, Kaylin, surprisingly, was the one that failed, so it's okay.
What is this?
You say surprising, but you've seen my rolls.
Through the pictures, you start to see a very like there's a couple. There's a bunch of people in lab coats celebrating, cheering. You have one that are just wearing common clothes, relaxing. You see one sitting on the couch, almost candid-like, as they got caught and they're smiling, holding their hand up to try to block the camera. You see two that are by themselves, almost together. Though, Medea, you recognize one. You've seen a human female, pretty generic hair braided back, in like one ponytail, kind of lean up on the side, her left side, her shoulder. She's smiling next to a very pointy-eared elven gentleman, fair skin, green eyes, blonde hair, very straight, kind of that generic framed face, soft features but sharp around the edges, kind of pointed. You recognize the female. You've seen her face once before, in the picture that Harland handed you, with the individuals standing together. Harland, Archon, Bormal.
Can I take that picture?
You reach for it.
Yep.
Okay. You grab it, and he kind of like reaches out and like stops himself.
Who is this? I recognize him from somewhere.
That's Baril. Baril Tavati.
For real.
She, it was my wife.
Ah, I see. I'll hand him the picture.
He clasps it in his fingers and he looks at it for a while.
I haven't seen this picture in some time.
He kind of looks at it. He kind of touches his face.
How did you recognize her?
From another picture. Probably seen only a couple days ago now. And I was off of the individuals I'd seen on it, but I can't remember. Out of character, I can't remember what it was for again.
The individuals were a group of researchers, along with Harland, Archon, your father, Gormal,
Mm-hmm.
Talus, a hobgoblin, one that you've run into several times.
Right. Researching
Now-
the Convergence.
And now, Baril, as you recognize, but there is another gnomish gentleman with hair slicked back that hasn't been pointed out in any way. They were the ones, as Bam said, It was the Convergence research team that would spend their time going back and forth from Zeals. And then finally, when the team split, Gormal made his way.
Yeah, I saw her on a picture of a research team. They were researching this Convergence.
She was brilliant. Way smarter than me. She spent a lot of time down on Zils and Valoria.
Actually, that gnomish gentleman, does he bear any resemblance to Credulo?
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Nicest.
Oof.
I will say, since you are exhausted, I won't allow it. I mean, hard to tell from an old picture to what Credulo looks like now. Hard to have a comparison when Credulo is a majority non-humanoid anymore. Most of his parts are replaced, augmented in some way.
Yep. Question for a later time.
Well, he kind of has the picture and he puts it in his, he hands it out to you. I'm like,
Did you need this for anything?
No. I think you'd want it more than...
and he puts it in his coat pocket, in his front, his breast pocket.
Well, let's see.
And he starts to flip on some of the devices in his room.
Well, the good news is that we have power. Bad news is some of the equipment is a bit broken. But replaceable. So we're on the path to the right, we're on the right track. But I think we need to go down into the storage room.
There's
you
not
don't
going to be any rats down there.
No,
Right.
no, oh no. I made specifically sure that they wouldn't get in there. That was the place where I kept all of my food for decades.
Gotcha.
But if you will, we can just wheel up some of the items that I need. I can get to work.
All right.
All right. With the door
Do you need
open. Go ahead.
Do you need all of us?
I mean, if you want to stay in here, that's fine. It would just probably take a couple trips.
No, it's okay. I'll come.
Okay. You do see as he inputs something on the keypad on the door, and he lets it close. You see him scan his eye before he walks through. It closes and locks, and he scans his eye again, and it opens.
Oh, thank the gods.
You see that moment where he has, like, a sign of relief.
I have access to my stuff, my research, finally. All right. There's a lift over here that we can head down to the subfloors. We should be able to get everything. There's carts in there if you want to wheel it up with me. It shouldn't take too much. There's just a few bits of equipment that we need to change out. Shouldn't take too
Alright.
long.
I'm going to keep one eye on Targan. Yeah, I think we bonded a little bit, but I mean, you know, I only
Yeah.
met this guy a few hours ago. I'm going to
For
keep
sure.
one eye on him.
For sure.
Mr. Benjamin is keeping sketch.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kalen's probably too exhausted to keep an eye on him, so he's just trying to help however he can.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually, you make your way to the lift and descend below this level. It is a wide open area. The lights are very dim. They're not off, but some of them have been broken off, though it's quiet, dusty. You see a lot of crates opened, a lot of things like organized. Everybody go ahead and make me a perception check. Kalen, disadvantage.
Investigation, you said, yeah?
Yes. You notice pathways, the dust on the ground. You notice that there was an area that was trodden, but eventually it became less and less frequent. You see lots of crates, marked rations, supplies, non-perishables. There was dozens of crates. But with each time, the crates became less and less option that he needed to come into this room. Though, Kalen and Nuke, something's been in here. The ground itself, the dust, disturbed.
Can I tell by what? As in, can I like big, small, 2 feet, dragon
ahead.
tails?
Go
that
ahead
sort
and
of
roll
stuff?
me an investigation.
Can I roll one as well?
Mm-hmm. Disadvantage. Still good. Not feet. Drag marks. And it's leaving a film. And you hear something in the corner of the room.
Can I see?
From where you are, do you have dark vision?
Yes.
You do. You see something from behind some crates, shifting and moving.
Something's in here. Targan, I thought you
I
said
take out my crossbow. Sorry.
Nobody was in here.
There shouldn't be. And he pulls his staff up and he holds it.
I already
Over
create
there.
water.
Fuck's sakes.
We had enough of water yesterday, okay? All right?
Moving a little closer
All right.
to try see if I can see what it is. What's in my head right now is what we saw. Those things, those pod, that thing that Nuke licked,
Mhm.
Oh,
except more hydrated, I guess.
As you round and move closer to the crates, you see a very faint glow within this mound of goop. Bam.
what?
Would you like to describe your character?
Sure. So I think what they see at first that's making all the noise is actually just a small little blob at first that's kind of trying to rustle around and investigate some things, but doesn't seem to have any actual way of seeing anything around it. But as it moves back towards the corner, that's where you see it kind of melds itself into what you thought was just something sticking out of the wall, and it kind of is, but it's just this kind of dark blue viscous form that doesn't really have a shape. It's just a blob in the corner that's trying to investigate as best as it can, but it seems very confused, and it has a face of some sort up at the top, but you can see it looking at you with not just confusion, it's almost scared.
I step back. I move back.
I thought you said there was nothing in here.
There was not supposed to be anything in here. I don't know what that is.
Fuck is it? It's like gloop. Pretty sure I saw a face. Though, it didn't seem to want to attack.
Does anyone have a 10-foot pole?
I have my stick. You want me to poke it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
Do you speak?
It kind of shuffles forward away from the wall, and you hear as it like unsticks itself from the corner, and you can hear it trying to like form sounds until eventually it's I do speak.
What are you?
It's very strange. The head-like thing that's at the top moves through its entire body and back up to the top again. It's like, I'm not quite sure. What are you?
My name's Kaylin.
Kaylin.
Tarkin reaches out and pokes it.
Where? In the face?
No, just like in the main body surface area of the body, as it's just like
a small bit of the goop kind of like forms up the stick, and a little hand reaches out and grabs it. And you're different from the rest of them.
Glad you noticed. You're kind of different yourself.
It would seem that way. Why am I here?
Why are any of us here?
A great question.
And we'll go ahead and take our first break there.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Oh,
that would be telling.
boy.
Oh my god. Can I just shoot it now? Do I have fireball?
Don't worry, friendo, you'll be fine. Nuke won't hit you.
Oh,
okay.
Oh wow. You know what? I thought it would be Kaylin that would bring it up first, but okay, well, alright. You go, you have your break. You enjoy your break. I'll just go and cry somewhere. It's fine.
Sorry.
Leave your feelings at the front door.
I am over here on the 4-person one, and I will say
Oh, I fixed it.
you're not fixed.
Rip.
I will
Did
attempt to
the-
fix it again.
Yeah. You might have to
Let me know
update
if I need to do a hot fix here.
it. Yeah.
Should have been fixed.
You did it in Fugi Tech, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't update.
Oh, if the file is too large, I may have to adjust it. Give me 1 sec.
Uh-oh.
It is too large. Definitely too large. Yep.
Okay, give me. I'll do it over this break. I'll have it
So
to you
she said.
in
Yeah.
5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
fix it.
So we'll go ahead and fix that while you guys take care of that. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
See you soon, guys.
My goodness. thank you guys for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it. We're going to be doing some hot fixes on this. I hope you're having fun. Today is lots of talking, as one does. I can't, you can't, as much as I want to throw them through a gauntlet, threatening death once more, it only seemed fair to give them a break, right? They already lost one person. Almost two. I thought, let's not do that. Destroy water on the gloop? Oh no! Oh shit. But, yes, here we are. Oh man, oh man. That was fun. I mean, I think this is a pretty fun one. I like this guy, Targan. I do like his voice. There is just something about, like, alternating between crazy and regular that I don't know, I really like it. So, yeah. It works pretty good. I hope you guys are doing well. You know what? Hold on, I can go over here. Wait. We'll go over here. There you go. Just to show that we'll be right back. But thank you so very much for hanging out. If you want to come and hang out with the crew, !Discord or !Socials, there is a link that just popped up. You can follow me everywhere. Twitter, YouTube. You can come join the Discord. You can follow me here on Twitch. All of the links is there. If you want to support the channel and you want something, a little bit of something that you can give, but not necessarily just donating straight, you can always go to the shop. I do have one item in there. I got to reset my t-shirt. So if that is something that you're interested in, I do ship worldwide for the stickers. There is a bundle. They are super high quality and super adorable. Those are my Sippy Cup crew. So if you ever want to become part of the Sippy Cup crew and you want to support it, I would highly recommend picking it up. We have a discount code in the Discord, so if you ever want to do that, if you ever want to pick them up for $2 off for the entire bundle for the stickers, now's the time to do it. It's going to run all the way through April, so now's the time to do it if you want to. Not necessary, but very much appreciated if so. Thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna stand up and turn on a fan real quick, get some cool air in this room, and we'll be right back. I'm gonna actually check something real quick. Be right back. Be right back. Oh my goodness, I'm back. I don't remember when they went AFK. It was 6 minutes ago. We still have plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Sorry, I'm checking this out because apparently... Oh god, he's so big. He's so big. Look at him. Eventually. There we go. See, look. Oh my god. I was gonna do this, but apparently I don't have to now. Can't believe you would do this to me. Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe you've done this. Here I was gonna put the picture on there. And you go and do that. For shame. For shame. But... Wait, you know, I could actually just use that. There you go. For anybody that wants to see... This is what they're seeing. All in its full glory. Look at him. He's very goopy. There we go. That's it. I am gonna unmute myself. Hello?
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
I mean, it wasn't that long. It was about 8 minutes. Are we all stretched and ready to go?
I believe so. Yeah.
It was very fast. It went by very quick.
It did. It did.
Blobby is fixed. We're all good.
Yes. Yes.
Looks good. Looks weird.
Okay. With that, as Targan pulls his staff back out, you stand before this individual. What are you doing?
Contemplating create water.
Excellent.
It kind of moves towards the group of them, and while it doesn't like say anything, you can hear it like sloshing and moving around.
Ooh.
And it's
Whoa. Where
it's
you
kind of
going?
just it's kind of just still not saying anything. It's examining you guys, watching and seeing what you are, kind of thing at this point.
What is it you want?
That's a good question. I wish I knew, but he kind of gets close to Kaylin and Medea. You two friendly, are you not?
I like to think so, unless you're hostile.
And he gets close to what's his name?
Targan?
Yeah, Targan. He's like, I don't know you,
Wait,
but they do.
how do you know us?
I don't believe I do. But you're different. Different from the others.
Is your name by chance Renaud?
I suppose it could be, but I haven't quite decided yet.
He looks like a Renaud.
Oh,
That's it. Job done. That's one mission there out of the way. Fuck me, that was easy,
You know, if you squint a little bit, you kind of do look like a Renault.
right?
Like, just, like, squint your eyes a little bit, right?
In this light, right?
You can kind of see it.
That's it. Can it, Renaud? Sorry, Bam. There goes your plans. Renaud it is.
mission complete.
No, that doesn't quite sound right.
Oh.
Are you sure? 'Cause I don't know, I'm looking at you and it just gets more and more uncanny, you know? Like, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Do you have a name?
Not at the moment, no.
Are you looking for options? Because I'm particularly horrible at providing names.
I mean, I thought we already had a name, but okay.
But Renault was kind of good.
I believe when the time comes, it will present itself accordingly.
10 gold pieces on Renaud.
Sounds exotic. Senor Renaud.
God damn it.
Yes.
Do you know how you got here?
Well, I was somewhere. And then I could hear movement here through the vents, and I decided to travel this way. There aren't too many things moving in here that seem friendly anyways. But it seemed safe here. Took some time, but I can. What are the floors like? Graded here, or what's the floors made out? Yeah, so he kind of like slinks halfway down to the floor and comes back up as well. I found out I can do this, and it's been quite useful getting around.
Bizarre.
Is that not normal around here? And the rats couldn't, not unless they. No, they couldn't.
After a while, they'd kind of do. If they're, like, separated from their home base.
I see.
Wait, could he be a rat? Could he be like the next mutation?
Are you calling me a rat?
I'm calling you. So, Medea. How are you doing?
I'm
but
just confused.
there's a lot of weird creatures around here. I mean, you tell me what you are.
Well, she just freezes.
I'm not quite certain what I am, but I haven't seen anything else quite like me yet. Ask them what they are.
I mean, you could be a rat, right? I mean, you could be the next evolution. I mean, for all you know, you could be a rat.
Have we anywhere seen anything close to this?
Roll me a history check.
Okay.
Advantage for me?
Disadvantage, yes. Still good.
Oh.
Still good. It hasn't been a few days since you returned to Tenebris Station. There was only one time you recall seeing some type of plasmic creature. When you destroyed the vat.
The vat.
In the ship.
Oh, shit. Were you on a ship by any chance?
Are we not on one now?
I think they call it more of a station.
Ah.
I don't know what the difference is.
I'm not certain there is one, but no.
Stations are for long-term living, you know, out in outer space and everything. Ships are to traverse between 2 points. Just in case you were curious.
I'm learning today.
I suppose the answer then would be no. Don't believe I've ever been on a ship, just this station, I suppose.
And have you been here the whole time? How long have you been here for?
Oh, very recent.
Do you mean very recent?
Couple hours at most.
What?
Huh? What? At the same time?
Is that again not I'm sorry, I don't mean to be intrude or seem odd. I just
Too late for that, buddy.
I'm looking between Kaelin and this blob. Like, did I hear that right?
what he kind of just turns away from the rest of them. You said that this is like a storage room, right?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of just starts like looking at the boxes and trying to like lift some of the lids on them. He's like, what is it in these things? They don't seem to move.
Oh, I mean, there's multiple things throughout this warehouse. Replacement machinery. Bits and bobbles. Things like that. There was food, and then I ran out.
What of character? Do plasmoids eat?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I suppose I need to, don't I?
Yeah. You have to dissolve.
I guess, yeah. So I guess at this point, like he stops and thinks. Suppose eat food. Is that what sustains us?
You are new, aren't you? And I thought I didn't know things.
Yes, I believe I've made that clear.
I tried to smell him. I'm not 100% sure that this isn't like a mutated rat goop. So, yeah. What does he smell like, man?
I'll let you decide. What do you smell like?
You get he's like an oily think like oil that's sat out in the sun too long
Oh.
and become like, oh, what's the stuff I'm thinking of? Like oily rubber, I guess, is the scent that you get.
Sounds like you're trying to come up with like a tar smell.
Yeah, there we go. Tar.
Okay.
More like tar than anything
Yeah.
else.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Curious smell. I walk closer to it. Is he up against the wall, or is he now in the middle of the floor?
He's kind of like slinked between everybody and is kind of moving around the storage room.
I gotta be honest, I've never seen anything like you before.
Nor have I.
Do you mind if I just have a closer look?
A little hand pops out from his side, and he reaches into himself and pulls out just a little plasmoid blob, and he puts it in your hand. It starts to move around a little bit in your hand.
This looks a bit weird.
Will that
wait.
suffice?
One moment. I lick it.
Oh God.
Ugh. Right. To be honest, that tasted just pretty much how it smells. Here, Medea, catch.
Oh god.
I throw it to Medea.
You know what? I'm not quite as adventurous in that regard. Here, Kaylin.
You know, the last time you were tossing things around, you kind of retched a little bit, so you guys might want to rethink your actions. It's not like I was watching you the whole time or anything. But I might have.
Yeah.
I probably
It's a little
was.
bit creepy.
I was watching you the whole time.
It was pretty creepy. Wait, did you see us go to the toilet?
No, there's no... I don't think there's a... No. 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 That would be weird. I respect privacy.
Right. Well, Ronald, it's nice to meet you.
Are you reaching your hand out to shake his hand, or are you just saying it?
No, I'm not reaching my hand out. I'm not quite
Okay.
sure yet. We're not there yet. We're still at first base.
Fair enough. The blob just like the blob that was in your hand, it kind of slithers down you and down your leg, and goes back to this creature.
I'm fucking telling you, didn't the rats do that as well? Remember, they were fucking away from the big blob, and then they went back, and I stepped back. This is a bit weird.
I mean, you got a point there. They do separate themselves as well, so...
I'm just gonna stay with a bit of distance, but still nice to meet you.
And you as well. Do you have names?
My name is Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Yeah, it's also exotic.
Right.
Call me Ben.
Ben.
Jimin.
Jim. Oh. And you're saying that I'm confusing.
Sorry, you kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Look, I'll be honest. My name is Nuke. My name is Nuke. I lied.
Nuke. Do you have two?
What, names?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Too many. Just call me Nuke. I scurry
Nuke.
behind.
Then. And you two.
Oh, I'm Medea.
Dia.
And as I said, my name is Kaylin.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Right. You mentioned that. I'm sorry. This is. I wish I knew more about anything.
Well, if you wished that you wanted to know my name is also Targon Elias.
Yes, Targon.
Yes, Targon.
Yes. Okay. Great. What are you doing here? All of you. I heard you through the vents. You seem to be talking about mutations and creatures that were melting, sort of. Sounded familiar, so to speak. What is it that you do here?
I survived, that's about it. But more in the short term, we're trying to look of a way to prevent this from happening to anyone else.
He points at himself.
What does he look like again? Sorry.
The one side of his face is a fair skinned, pointy-eared, almost like extremely pale. His iris is green, like a vivid green, but his pupil seems to be stretching in multiple different directions, like kind of pulling in all different directions, and it's like shifting all the time. The other half of his face, you can see a line where the skin turns a dark gray leather that is taut. It seems thick. And he has little like blisters that run down the halfway point from his face down his neck. The gray skin is cracked, and when you can tell that when he is a little too expressive in his face, almost like stress cracks show up, and it slightly bleeds.
That does seem very uncomfortable. Whatever that is.
You make do. You eventually get used to it.
By any accounts, you don't seem hostile.
No. I don't mean any harm. I don't think.
Kalen will lower his crossbow and relax a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, perhaps you can help us even, and we've got a number of things we have to do.
I could try. I don't know how much help I can be, but I suppose it perhaps I could learn along the way.
Yeah. Okay.
With any luck, if you any memories, they time.
What?
Sorry, say that
one?
again.
Am I the only one with wax in my hair still?
Kind of cleans it out.
Well, what did you say, Caleb?
Yeah,
I just said, oh, sorry. Hopefully with time, if you have any memories, they'll come back.
Bam, did you?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just sent you a DM real quick.
Oh.
I mean,
That's
we can only hope. We can only hope. Maybe. I don't know what memories I could have. I was just here recent, but I guess there's only one way to find out.
That's pretty neat, though, right? Been able, that consistency, been able to like get between like little gaps and whatnot. You could like get under doors,
Oh,
Yeah.
easily. Yes.
through cracks.
It would appear that way.
I wonder how small of a gap you can fit through.
I mean, I kind of just slink down into the grates again and back up. I'm not really sure.
That could come in pretty useful, actually. Lock
Could it?
doors and whatnot. Get in under the door, unlock it for us.
Never thought that they might be locked. Just needed to get through them.
A lot of locked doors around here.
I see.
Do you breathe? Do you like breathe air?
He just like takes a huge inhale and he like swallows up and exhales again. I think so.
Hold your breath. Don't take in any air for a second.
Here comes a balloon.
All right, and just freeze. Don't do anything. Don't move. Let's see what happens.
I feel so. I'm gonna play with this a little bit, actually. So because he's swollen up and whatnot, his exterior is like a lot thinner, and you guys can see, I guess on his right side, just below his shoulder, two spheres, kind of stationary in place, but there's two red, smaller ones, like kind of rotating slowly around, and as he holds his breath, those two red spheres get faster and faster and faster. And I'm not going to do anything with it, but I'm going to, if you're okay with this, Sleep, I'm going to count this as a rage.
Okay.
And you see, as he's holding his breath, out from behind him, a thick tail starts to extend from his back and up above his shoulder. And it's, while the rest of him is slowly solidifying as well, this tail is the most solid thing you've seen on this guy.
I'm gonna take a step back. 'Cause I don't want to be near that.
Breathe. Start breathing.
He just exhales and the tail just like kind of whips around a little bit before slinking back in.
What the hell was that? Jesus Christ.
I don't really know. What was that?
A balloon.
I mean, looked fucking pretty solid for a balloon, though, right? Thought he was going to fucking explode first. Fucking. Whew. I can't handle this.
He was growing a tail.
You know what else has got tails, right?
Oh,
I
God damn
look
it.
at Nuke.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm so confused. I mean, he seems pretty nice, though, right? But then he's giving me awful rat vibes.
No, they melt into crazy things. They all have tails. He could fit into tight spaces. A little blob comes out from inside of him.
Oh my god, he's a blobby rat.
I assure you, I mean you no harm.
I'm still a few more steps back.
I understand.
Well,
If there's anything I can do to help in your missions, I suppose, just... I won't
Can
be
you
far
carry
behind.
shit? Can he carry shit? I mean, we came down here for a
probably.
reason. We got to carry some shit upstairs.
What
Could do with a hand.
do you need?
Targon?
Oh, well, there's a few crates over here that we can sort out. A few pieces of machinery that needs to be replaced, and then, well, I think we'll be done.
What
Shouldn't be
he
too
said.
much.
If he points out one of the crates, I'll like kind of slink over to it and kind of go up on top of it and slink down, so the crate's now inside of me. And I'll just like crawl along with it. Where does it need to go?
Oh my god.
And I thought I was the strangest one here.
I used to think you were the strangest one here as well.
Nope, I think Renaud takes the cake.
But no,
Is it weird?
no, it still doesn't sound right.
Is it weird that I want to get inside him?
I'm sorry, what?
That
Are you
came
just
out,
not doing phrasing anymore?
Phrasing's
that came out
important.
wrong. That came out wrong.
Caitlin stares at Duke.
No, I completely understand. Like, have you ever... I don't know about you, but you've seen bouncy castles, right? Do they have
Seems like
them
it
where
might-
you come from?
What is a bouncy castle? Nuke, no, you are not going inside Renaud.
No, it's great. It's like a giant balloon that you can bounce around in. It's very
sort
fun.
of- What?
If I got inside you, could I breathe?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I'm kind of filled with this same thing that I am.
I kind of want to try.
This is how Nuke dies.
I mean, I currently have a crate inside of me, so
Kalen's gonna start grabbing stuff that needs to move.
yeah.
Just moving
Yeah,
it.
you're right. I'm being a bit weird. Sorry.
You see Targan push a button on the wall, and it opens up, and a couple carts push from it, like the push carts from like IKEA and stuff. Yeah.
Excellent.
And you do see him as he's struggling to pick some of these carts up, like he's not very strong. But eventually you guys all get all of the crates that you need and head back to the elevator. The lift takes you back up and back into Targan's lab. It's gonna be a bit. I mean, if you would like to help me out, it's probably gonna take me a few hours to get everything set up.
I can help.
I don't know if you want me to help.
I remove one of my little plasmoids again and toss it towards him. If you need anything small moved, I believe this one can be of assistance.
Right. Well,
You can get into spaces that I can as well, so.
that actually might be helpful. It takes a few hours with everybody helping, those that will help. But eventually, you move some of the old machinery out. Things with cracked screens and glass. Replace it with the new ones. Or new old ones. He flips all the machines and goes through diagnostics. Well, everything is up and running. This is great. There's a few things I need. If at all, Kalen, if I can get a blood sample, just so I can see if I can compare it to what we have. It might take me a few days.
All right. Whatever you need.
He brings out a case. You see 5 injections. This is all I have right now. Hopefully by the time I'm done, I'll have something better for you. But it's what I can offer for now.
It's all right. I understand. He'll give him his arm so that he can take a blood sample.
And he does so. He's a little shaky, but he does stabilize his right hand. He can manage to get it. Doesn't leave anything. You just take 1 point of damage. Piercing damage. Either way, if anything, I'll be in my research for some time. He gives you the code. I think this is still the same one. If at any point you need to talk to me, just send me a message. Now that we're all friends. You know, just in case. There's not really much we can do. But I'll let you know if there's anything that I can get done. I'm gonna look into it, but if everything that I have hypothesized, my theories come true, we might have a way to prevent any regeneration from these mutated rats. To stop this from impeding us further. It's gonna take a
That
few
would
days.
be excellent.
Kaylin, please hold on. I will do my very best.
Thank you.
I don't want you to turn into something like this. I mean, I look pretty good sometimes. There's days, I have my days. But if there's anywhere you need to be. Oh, hold on. And he starts walking back. Come with me.
Dylan will follow.
So he walks back to his room that he had set up. You do see as Acro is sitting on the floor, kind of curled up in a ball, sleeping. And in one of the cabinets above, I don't have many of these, but if you need to, and he hands these little, like, small vials, if you break these, if you're being pursued, these are pheromone charges. It'll prevent them from wanting to move forward. So, it can protect you. It won't protect you from the big ones, but... because there's a few crazy ones that will try to go for you still. But most of the mutated rats will be deterred by this. And he hands you a pack of 5 vials.
Thank you.
Should keep you protected for the most part, but...
Sure, these will come in handy.
I'm glad I met all of you. I'm glad you found your way here. But I do need to get to work. We have some exciting things ahead of us.
All right.
I mean, unless you want to stick around with me, we can work on it. I don't know. Do you have anywhere to be?
Well, I do feel that while I'm cured of this affliction, there's really not much I can do.
Oh, fantastic. And what of the rest of you? You're just going to stick around? It's going to get quite boring.
My character is like getting awkwardly close to Acro and just examining it as it sleeps.
Okay. Because where did you come from before?
Is he asking me or is he asking
All of you. Just a general question.
Ah.
Because you found your way to the ship, and then what? You just found your way over here.
We were in the med bay.
Oh, over in Sector 1? The answer is yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Are there still medical supplies over there?
Some?
If at all, if you can bring some back, it might be able to help us.
What kind of medical supplies?
Anything. And he starts looking through the shelves. I am out of a lot of things.
I could start doing that. I mean, I've got nothing else to do.
I mean, as much as I want to continue, I mean, I could go with you as well. Stretch my legs before we go.
I think that would probably make more sense. You'll know better what you need than we do.
That'll work. If you'll have me.
Caitlin looks to the group.
I mean, things can't really get much weirder, right?
There was a
Fuck it.
shrug.
What's
I
the
kinda
worst that
just,
can
like,
happen?
Stand, like, I get super thin and, like, twist around. I'm like, could I come along as well? I haven't seen much of this place yet, but perhaps seeing more will jog memories, as you say.
Of course. I don't see a problem with that. Medea, Nuke?
I give a thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not?
Okay. He walks over and he picks up Acro, his furry moth-like creature companion.
It's like, all right, Acro. He looks at him and you see the tendrils through the mandibles kind of reaching out to his face. You're the adult for today. So you're gonna have to hold down the fort. I will be back later, so don't make a mess of the place. And he looks around. It's already a mess. You're in charge now, Acro.
He puts him down. He kind of like curls up and like sleeps again. Falls asleep.
Also, FYI, the stuff that was broken that he threw away, I would take that as scrap.
Okay. All right. So, with that, who is making their way back? Who's going to be leading the charge?
I will. No, I'm kidding.
Excellent.
This is
Caitlin will.
Caitlin, okay. Go ahead and roll me a survival. And with that, let's set up marching orders. See which way you're gonna be. Just set it up this way.
Royal with disadvantage or normal?
Disadvantage. Where is who's gonna be where? Are you guys just gonna put yourself as far back as possible? Okay. All right.
I am not at the front. I'm not at the back.
Okay.
I'm definitely at the back.
All right. Okay.
This is fine.
And
Glad I'm glowing.
Targan will sit somewhere in between Blob and Nuke.
Okay.
With that, I mean, even with your survival, it does take you a few hours to return. It's slow going. You're exhausted. You're not feeling well. But you do make it. I need one of you to higher low.
Oh God.
Nuke?
Nuke.
This is Nuke. Yeah.
Let's go higher. Oh,
That's almost as high can be. With the survival in that roll, things are quiet. No deterrence. And eventually you make it through back to the entrance, the containment area to the med bay. You do see as Harlan looks up, half-orc form. Looks up. And he is working on the tablet. It's like, oh, you finally made it back. Who are they? Where's...
This is Targan. And this
that's
is...
Renald.
Hello?
And... Forgive me for asking a stupid question, but... Where's Vic?
Medea doesn't make eye contact.
Oh,
Caitlin looks down. He didn't make it.
Oh dear.
It was my fault.
To be honest, it was kind of all of their fault.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't
Not
have
much
brought
we
up
can
the
do.
ship. I mean, I bear that blame as well.
I mean, he
You,
did sacrifice himself. You know, he had a choice as well as we did. Run or... Well, I don't know if we would have had the choice to run if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm glad that you're all safe. Mostly. And he looks over at Kaylin. And he looks at your neck. He looks over back at Targan. There's a story here. You okay? He looks at Kaylin.
I right where we lost Vic. I contracted something. Targan here says he can help cure it. But it'll take time and medical supplies, which is why he's here if he can spare anything.
Hello, that's me. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what it takes, sure. If you want, we can run a few scans on both of you. Here, because we're equipped, so maybe we can run some diagnoses over here.
I mean, if you think it'll help.
Either way, it's... As he stands up, he sits back down again. Just sit back and just relax for a moment. I was worried, and I thought that me sending you over there to look for the ship, and then I didn't get any contact since that last one. I'm just glad that most of you made it out alive. And he pauses, but he looks over at the blob-like creature. I apologize. I've not quite seen a creature like yourself.
And I kind of like slink down and stand up in front of him and like twist myself like in like a wide girth around him, examining, and go back to normal again. I don't think I've seen anything like you either.
Mind you, he is in half-orc, but I mean, you haven't seen...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you... What are you?
I was hoping I could get that answer somewhere along the way here, but I don't seem to be the same as anyone I've encountered yet. I'm new, I guess.
Right.
Sorry, I know that doesn't make much sense, but I don't really have much or any recollection of anything prior to a few hours ago.
Maybe you can scan him too. Right? Maybe we can figure out what the fuck he is.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
What would that entail?
I don't know. Genetic composition?
And little blob bloop, pops out of my shoulder. Will that suffice?
Sure. Kind of reaches out. And you see him put it in just this like room with the glass door on the front. It seals up, and you do see as he ends up to the console next to it, and it fills up from the bottom as eventually your blob kind of floats on the liquid that the room is filling up with. But he pauses it, not letting it fill up to the top.
I'm just kind of at the glass, like watching it.
Well, that's strange.
Hmm?
Well, it says here that your makeup, what makes you you, is not something that is genetically recordable, or at least it wasn't recorded. There's no database on your substance. Strange. Very
So
strange.
We're no closer then.
Suppose you're right.
Have you seen anything like me before? No, you said you hadn't. Never mind.
No. You're unlike anything I've seen.
I see.
Huh.
It all just gets more confusing, unfortunately. I wish I had answers myself, but this group, it just found me in, oh god, I keep forgetting his name.
Targan?
In Targan's storehouse. I heard them there, but kind of met me there, but
Although, Harland, I swear I've seen something like from that other Forgeborn that we fought on the ship.
and I get like super close to Medea. I've seen you before.
Not you
sorry.
per se.
Sorry, and he slinks back again.
Put her
Sorry.
inside you.
Something like it, but I can't be too sure.
Did it have a name?
It got away from us.
Oh. You never got to ask.
To be fair, we weren't exactly friendly at the time.
Oh.
Tried to kill us.
And he slinks back to the corner again. I promise I'm not trying to hurt you.
Not at all. It was our friend who we just recently lost, Vic, who helped us defeat it, and he was of the same
This Vic, you say he's lost. Can he be found?
It's not quite so simple.
Oh. It takes him a couple seconds, but he eventually does come to the conclusion that, you know, he's died.
Yeah.
And you see the expression on the somewhat face that he has change, and he looks down at himself again. Sorry to hear that. Is death common here?
I
Shouldn't
look at
be.
Nuke.
I mean, it's the way of life. It's
Comes to us all.
Hmm. I see.
He drains the vat and returns your little pseudopod thing to you. Well, either way, doing a scan on both Targan and Kalen is probably going to take a couple hours, so the rest of you are free to do what you like.
I sit down. I'm gonna watch this. I got nothing else to do.
All right. So, go ahead.
I was gonna say for flavor's sake, like this blob is just that. He's still just been a blob for most of the time. You've seen a hand here and there, but as they're standing around, he tries to take some form of a shape, but the only shapes he's seen are these, you know, five other creatures now. And so you see him trying to like form himself into something that looks like Nuke, but the ears keep falling off and dripping down. And he tries to form himself into Kalen, but the horns and the wings just aren't holding properly. It was very disconcerting. But before he finally just kind of slinks back down and ends up being a blob again, and concedes that he doesn't quite have a form yet. But
Excellent. Okay. But is there anything going forward? What is the plan of action? As Kalen and Targan will be taking turns getting through scans, and then Targan will be taking what he can back to the lab. I'm guessing meeting with Archon might not be a thing anymore.
I was gonna say, out of character, it was still like, technically speaking, that was supposed to happen today, but
Maybe an update for him wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
But
Probably best if Kalen doesn't walk around in public with some sort of disease.
yeah.
That's true.
If nothing else, even though it's not contagious, he might, people might think it could be and try and contain him or kill him or,
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
blow him out the airlock or whatever.
Oh, no.
This is fine.
Oh man, we don't talk about floating people. Ugh.
Until they show up with green boils on their neck.
Oh God.
Oh no. But with that, as the scans go through and the results come in, not all the time does it end on a cliffhanger. We're gonna go ahead and end right there.
This is the first time it's not a cliffhanger, Sleepy.
I know.
Mhm.
It is still kind of a cliffhanger.
Kind of.
A little bit.
Is something up, Sleepy? Do
But
we need to talk?
Nothing extreme is happening. Nothing sudden. For the first
I
time.
mean, I'm
you've been
dying
able
of a disease.
to- Yeah, well, slowly.
There's a blob in the corner. trying to
I
form
see.
itself.
I see how it is. It's like, oh, Kayla might die. Who cares? This dude fucking left Vic to die. Who cares about him anymore?
This is fine.
No cliffhanger here.
Yeah, there's no cliffhanger.
We're all rooting for his death.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No,
Oh,
we'll see
no.
what happens. I know there was a lot of stuff. It was a somber moment in the beginning. But death comes new life and new friends. Friendship.
Friendship.
We
So-
think
That's what
Friendship.
this is.
Yeah.
This friendship won't work us
Oh, well.
Well,
easily.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's no cliffhanger, so there's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's fine. It's fine. But thank you for joining today.
yeah. Thank you for
Thank you
DMing.
for the game.
Yeah,
Thank you, DMing.
great.
Hope
Good fun. Thank you,
had
everyone.
fun.
Yeah.
Ah, well,
So see you all around next week.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, everybody. Thank you for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it for those that stuck around listening and lurking. Thank you for hanging out. It has been a pleasure. If you want to go ahead and follow everybody, hold on one second. Sorry, I had to cough a little bit. I would highly recommend. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, here we go. Here's the next one. You ready? Oh my goodness. This one, surprise, doesn't stream, follow anyways. And, oh my goodness, what a glorious time. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you want to follow me everywhere, exclamation socials take you to all of the things that you can follow me on YouTube, Twitter. You can join the Discord. You can follow here on Twitch if you haven't already. We have plenty of things like community D&D and board game nights coming along in the future. If you want to support me in other ways, that is not subscribing here or anything, you can pick up some stickers in my shop. But other than that, thank you so very much for hanging out today. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great evening wherever you are from. Oh my goodness. And we will be right back next week. Thanks, guys.